Dyngus Day is an old Eastern European tradition celebrating the end of Lent. It's just something that was brought here 40 some odd years ago as a fundraising event for the Chopin Singing Society.
It's one of the biggest parties in Buffalo, and in the way that we celebrate it here in Western New York, nobody celebrates it like it anywhere on the planet. We feel that Dyngus Day is one of the most unique aspects of living in Western New York. And if we're much more organized, and if we can position ourselves and market ourselves, it can become a big cultural tourism draw for the community.
Yeah, the parade really just kind of started out as a publicity stunt for the Dyngus Day events in general. We just figured that would be a great way to start. You know, a good story has a beginning, a middle, and an end. So we needed a good beginning. We thought a parade would be fun. It's colorful, fairly easy to organize, or so I thought. The kickoff will kind of be down here in the historic Polonia district, which is basically like the Broadway Fillmore neighborhood. There are numerous little bars and taverns like the Market Bar and Artie's and the Three Deuces. Some of the bigger events will be at St. Stan's Social Center, at the Adam Mickiewicz Library and Dramatic Circle. Those have really turned into rip-roaring events over the last 5 or 6 years. And then, of course, a real big event here at the Central Terminal, which they're expecting thousands of people to show up to.
Even growing up as a child, I knew this neighborhood was unique. The personalities and the people, the mix of businesses and cultural institutions, the architectural landmarks, and the unique tradition that the Polish culture had in this neighborhood. I would bring friends in from all other parts of the city, and you know, they couldn't believe what was here. There's enough critical mass of uniqueness here that we can still cultivate and grow upon. And over the last 4 or 5 years, really with a lot of the efforts of the Central Terminal Restoration Corporation, there's been a resurgence in the interest. And the volunteer work and people looking at the neighborhood in a different light is really exciting. So our first annual Dyngus Day Parade is going to be going past some of these major cultural landmarks. It's a great opportunity for a good party, but we're also, as we tour past the churches, the markets, historic taverns, then we conclude at the terminal, we're really putting positive awareness back in the neighborhood.
We're really at Superman Corner, Clark and Kent, where Corpus Christi is located. It's about half a block from the Broadway Market. This is part of the old Polonia neighborhood. This is where a lot of activity took place over the last 100 years or so.
The first wave of Polish Americans, or Poles who came to America, was in the 1870s. And those parishioners founded St. Stanislaus. 30 years later, after the turn of the century, Corpus Christi was built because the Polish population was growing at such a rapid rate. And it was a competition factor between the parishes going back and forth. At the last minute, St. Stan's put an extra couple feet onto their steeples so they could have the tallest steeple on the east side. So our first annual Dyngus Day Parade is going to be going past some of these major cultural landmarks. It's a great opportunity for a good party, but we're also, as we tour past the churches, the markets, historic taverns, then we conclude at the terminal, we're really putting positive awareness back in the neighborhood.